if I have 12 pages and it's both sides, listen, that's 24 days. I'm in love and I'm obsessed. Already lost the plot in terms of dating. The act of writing itself was me fighting for my life. There's something really good about writing. Yeah, that's what this is about. I did not introduce, and I hope you'll stick around as much as you made it back and you're here with us again. I really do hope that you'll stick around because there's a lot that goes on, man. It's good to touch base on, talk about even things that you probably don't think about or things that you think nobody else thinks about. We're talking about all of that here because I'm thinking about it. This is going to be a split personality video. By that I mean there will be mixes of the previous and this because it's a continuation. I ran out of storage. Sorry. I'm saying goodbye. It's the end of an era. Do you see the detail on that? I don't know if even if I'm zooming in, will you see? If I zoom out. This has carried me from the beginning of the year. Let's see. This has carried me from the 30th of December 2024. That was my first entry. Up until now, it is the 26th of June. Oh, I entered a lot on the 30th. Wow. Well, my 3 pages worth. See? And now, well, we still have like a half a page left and such. It usually happens in my journals that you see like I'll have a page like this and then you find that so many pages that I've actually kind of left open, but that's because I thought I'm spacing it out perfectly, but you can't space out your thoughts perfectly. What is that? And now we're left with just, I think it's just 1.5 page, because if I turn this over it's like nothing. Well, 2.5 pages. So I just wanted to say, out with the old, in with the new. I like that. Make your mark. And I've been marking my making. And I was thinking like, well, obviously I chose this last year when I bought the one that I started writing on the 30th of December, of course. And I was like, I don't even think I'm gonna like this lacy looking detail. I don't know if you can see it. This is a very wonderful quality book. It's the now. We're in the now. And so, I mean, of course, I don't discriminate. A journal is a journal and everything, but I think also the type of journal that you choose tells a lot about you. And I mean, once you have a standard, bro, why would you want to drop that standard? For what or for who? So there's a little hole. I'm just going to open it from there. I'm so grateful. It's been 6 months, bro. That's a long time. It's a long time. And that's been making me think, do you know how hard it is to hold a thought? That's a thing that has no form, that moves faster than the speed of light. Do you know how hard it is to hold a thought? If you've ever paid attention to that, you'll realize that it's harder than what you think. And it should make you appreciate the thoughts that you do have. The ones that even when you don't write them down, they still come back. It's like I've been thinking constantly, recurringly so. think that's a wonder in itself, because how do you capture something that has no form if you haven't given it form to remain in? And that's like, I asked him Ekai, because obviously my journal was running out of pages, because I can't hold my thoughts, bro. Can't contain them. And obviously it's filling up, but I was like, nah, maybe I should just wait. Maybe the fact that the pages are finishing means that I should just stop writing some few things every now and again. And then the other day I found like, the way I'd thought it, I don't know, you kind of reason these things, even sometimes if your reasoning is wrong. I was like, no, I need to slow down with the writing so much, because you're shooting as well, how much am I going through it and all of that. Like, because there's some tests and trials that really have been, coming against me, but it's a thing of you grow in that. And so I had seen a post when I eventually finally downloaded Instagram again, and then like scroll through it a little bit, and I saw this post. I think it's I'm not sure of his name right now, James Baldwin. Hoping I'm getting that right, but I'll just plug it so that we don't have to do the guessing game. And that post, or that quote of his, I'm assuming it's a quote of his, Instagram pela, you assume something is a quote of someone because they put his picture there and they put words on the picture. It's like, ooh, this man once said. They don't even claim that, you just assume. But what is said was, a despairing man does not write. Then the next one said whatever it said. But I was touched by that, a despairing man does not write, because I was like, I'm going through it. Maybe I just need to take a break from all this writing, because I'm going through it, and maybe my journal is gonna be like too going through it. Like that'll be like an era of she's going through it, and I was like, I don't want that on record. But then when I saw that, it like touched me to be like, no, you're not despairing. You're just going through it. You're just going through it. You still have some things to say, and you've not been conquered by the situations, the trials, the struggles, the challenges. You are not despairing. You are conquering, and you are recording it. You are the one writing your own success story. And that to me was very like, and knowing what they're saying, because it's very easy to be expressive and you're thinking, yes, it's good for me, I'm letting it all out, but you're in a very dark and heavy place, and you share that, and it rubs off on other people. So I feel like it's not that you should wash down how you feel or anything like that, but it's just very important to also think about how you are coming across. Not that you have to internalize it or anything like that, but like consider it for the other person. So that's something I do. I don't share every single poem that I have, but some of them I feel like, no man, this is something I feel like we can all relate to, just as people, just as human beings. So I'm just so that's what I do. That's how it goes with sharing poems. That was the thoughts I had. And so I think that's so lovely. Wow, it's so beautiful. Right, so the other day I went to go buy a phone cover. I was actually not supposed to buy it, but then I was just supposed to compare the prices. But I knew this price range when I got to that shop there. I was looking to replace my black one. Let's get some visual aids. I was looking to replace my black one. As you can see, it's very scary. It's very scary. It served me for sure. But how many years? 3 years is a long time to be on duty. Why? with no break, with no rest, and still come out remotely standing and strong and tall. And so now I give it props, Shane. I really do give it props. So I was buying a new phone cover and I was planning to get another black one because black is beautiful. Oh, that guy there, I'm like, do you have any black? And he's like, no, but we have these colors. So he takes them out. And then obviously I had already taken off this cover. And so he was like, oh, what color is your phone? And I was like, oh, it's like rose red, rose golden, rose red, rose golden. And he was like, oh, look, try the red one, see how it looks. And I was like, like I looked at it like as it was just the cover, and I was like, that's a little bright. Like, actually not even a little, that's a lot bright. That's a lot brighter than what I'm used to. You see, a black, a blend in type color, goes with anything color. I was like, red is looking a little bit bold for my liking. Like, now I'm gonna hold my phone out and everybody's gonna know that it's a phone in her hand. Or, like, it's just gonna stand out. It's such a standout color. That was my thinkings. And I was even saying that, I was like, yo, my brother, this thing is red, like red. And he was like, at the time, obviously I was not even thinking about the fact that I bought a red journal, but obviously that came to my mind after, like, now I have the cover, because I absolutely fell in love with it. Red is my favorite color. It's just sometimes it's a lot, even for me, like how beautiful it is, and I don't want to do it wrong. Like, I don't want to hold it or rip it wrong. Like, overkill, that's such a thing. Like, you can't be powerful and bold and everything that you do is powerful and bold. Like, have a little, you need to know how to balance these tones and, the loudness and all of that. Excuse me. So I was thinking about all those things, but immediately when it was put on my phone, I was like, oh, I'm in love and I'm obsessed. And I was literally like, I even forgot that I was actually supposed to be comparing prices. I was just like, give me the cover. Give me the cover. Here's the money, take money. And that was how I got my red phone cover, which I've fallen in love with. I mean, I fell in love with it from the shop, but now, like, even more, extra more all the time. Like, it just goes with me. Red is my thing. It just goes with me. I didn't even choose it. Just is my thing. And so obviously that was just a side story, sorry. But like, I'm just trying to explain like how lovely it is when things come back around. And then obviously now my journal was starting to finish, and I think this was like around the beginning of May. I don't really know, beginning of June, May, whatever, whichever one. And not beginning of May, maybe end of May. And yeah, so I was like counting the pages in my journal when there was still more than what I showed. And I was just thinking, I was like, the month of June is long and I don't have a lot of pages. I think I had about 12. And so I was like, you know what? If I have 12 pages and it's both sides, listen, that's 24 days. I can split my thoughts according to the pages. But it just doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. When there's a word to be spoken and written down, you cannot cut or cap the number of pages before you actually start writing. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? And especially when you don't even know yet what are you going to write about. Just calm down. And so it was very much a full circle moment when I remembered that actually, no, why am I holding back, trying to hold back my thoughts, and why am I leaving others to just go missing when it's emphasized how important it is to write down your thoughts so that you can refer to them, because these things do get lost. And once a thought is gone, it's very rare that you'll have the same one again in that same circumstance in the way that it was the very first time. But yeah, it's like how we think and think about it, or say there's not a single flower or a single leaf or a single petal or a single anything that ever exists the same way that it does the first time. It will always be a varied form or a varied shape. Maybe to us everything looks the same, but it's not the same. There's nothing that comes back and back again. So even just that, having that, this reminds me of a thought I once had, kind of thing, like where you can liken a new thought to an old thought to remind you of something that you lost. That's a miracle in itself. But anyway, yes, so then I was like, yeah, I need to stop this thing. And by God's grace, I was able to ask my parents to I asked my sister and I asked my daddy to come with my journal, and they came with my booties. And so that was really great. And so, well, that was like a week ago, and today I've opened it. See that? This is not sponsored, by the way. It's just I really love the quality of these journals. They're so lovely. And it actually started by a coincidence that I started buying them, I think in grade 12. I was trying to move out of that. Well, I wanted a journal. It's just obviously when you're in school, you have to pick between a daily planner, yearly planner. What is it? A year planner. That book, man. The one with the dates where you write down your homework diary. A diary. You choose between that and a journal where you can actually write down your thoughts, write down your experiences, write down your ideas. In grade 12 or during school, that's a pretty, compromising kind of thing, because the benefit of a daily planner or that diary thing with the dates, man, is that you can always refer back to a date and it's set. This is where it is in reference to this date that you're on. You can find the pages and you date your ideas, or you date your plans, whatever. Or well, the date's already there. You just put your plans on a particular day, which is great. And so in matric, I really compromised. I was like, you know what? I know dates and I can write a date, and I just need that freedom of like, I don't need my one page to be for today. And I mean, you see, that's the thing I was even challenging, or that was a challenge even for myself. As I was saying, I was left with 12 pages, but the month of June had not even begun yet. That's like, we're experiencing a shortage. But we're not experiencing a shortage. In fact, what we needed to do was just get the rest of our supplies, because we have been provided for. In order for us to be able to note down all those thoughts and things, you just cannot keep thinking in a lack mindset, in a I'm running out of, I don't have this, I don't have that, I'm out of this is the end of this. You have to think in that kind of, fall into that abundance kind of thinking. And that's what this is reminding me of. You see how even crazy it is. Like, bro, a person who thinks all the time has nothing to think about but thoughts. I'm literally that, because look at me. And so that's what I was thinking. It's like, this was in the trick. I was like, nah, bro, I'll just write down a date, and I'll write down my thoughts on pages. It was hard to find, like homework I had written down, because I didn't really care about it, and there was no date page, like this page is this date. It was like every other page, I write the date because I'm writing my thoughts or I'm writing something. But if all the pages are blank and maybe you write the first on this one, your thoughts of the first carry through over like 3 pages, you've already lost the plot in terms of dating. You can't space out your thoughts perfectly. What is that? And so, yeah, that was the first. That was a challenge, but it was a fun one, because I was learning I found it very enjoyable, just going through old thoughts, and now you have to like sift through them. It also helps me in my mind to kind of order my thoughts. It's like the more I sift through these pages, I'm remembering that what was I doing that day, or like what was happening that day that I attach with this page and with these particular notes that will lead me up. It's kind of like a sequencing that happens in my brain, or happened at that time, and it still happens even today, but less like I'm actually thinking about it. It just happens now, which I'm grateful for. And I think it's really great in terms of enhancing my memory, which sometimes takes but yes. So ever since that year, I've just been journaling my life away. I remember there was a time when I was despairing. Ooh, that was a very dark time, and it was a task to write. Like, there was always that one thing in me that would say, yo bro, you're really going through it. And like, not the going through it of like you're going through things, like you're really down in the dumps. And it was hard to write anything, and so the act of writing itself was me fighting for my life. And so I remember that, and I think I cherish it. And so that was a time of where I saw that writing has this, like, it's been a thing all my life, even before I knew what life was or what life was about. And I think it's a really good practice to have, to sustain you, to keep track of yourself, to help you account for yourself, account for your thoughts. And I mean, of course, I look back, I have many of my journals, and let's see if I can show you. And it's like, some of it's embarrassing. It's like, man, what was I thinking? Like, you just appreciate how far you've come. And like, what was I thinking? A lot of the time. These aren't them all. Okay, obviously I should probably put them in order, but this is the matric one. And am I lying? 1 second. I am lying. This is not the matric one, but this is the first one after matric. And as you can see, it is not on brand. Familiarity breeds contempt. That's what they say. So this is the 2020. Yeah? This is the matric one. Am I lying again? No, I'm not lying. I am lying. Where is my matric journal? This apparently is also not the matric one. I know. The matric one is actually much cooler than all of these. But, okay, I'll put them in order. From oldest to most recent. The most recent will be on top. That's a little bit of archaeology there. Principle of superposition. Supposition. Gavel. But yeah, let me just sort these out. I don't know how I got here. I was just doing a review of my journal and how red and beautiful it is. I described it as lovely, lively red. It's very vibrant, very beautiful. I love it. Okay, hold on. But it's good. It's good to write, guys. I'm stacking them up. I hope you can see. No, I have to look for the one. Hello. So yeah, this is what we have. These are the archives. One is missing, and one is missing, but one is being added. I hope you can see that there's these are heavy. Like my thoughts. It's literally my thoughts.